Hey buddies, it's your girl AyChristene, and today we are checking out a new Odd Ones Out video. This is my thoughts on reality shifting. I'm interested to see what he means, if he means the theory of reality shifting or our actual reality shifting in the internet age, because of 2020 and what our reality was in 2020 versus 2021 or versus prior to 2021 or 2020. So I want to see what he means exactly. On the thumbnail, you do see like that triangle thing from Gravity Falls along with the TikTok symbol. So I wonder if he means our social media platform shifting or the reality of that. But we're doing a lot of deep dives before we're seeing it. Link for this video is in the description box below for you to check out. Now let's get started.
Are things that I don't understand.
Okay, hold on. Let's turn this up.
Theoretical physics or how to make friends. But I do know that the world is not flat, that vaccines work, and listening to people tell me otherwise is admittedly a guilty pleasure of mine. Whether it's conspiracy theories or horoscopes, I love watching people pour their heart into something they genuinely believe in, only for me to go, I disagree. But please, continue. There are some beliefs that I don't agree with, but are absolutely fine to believe in, like thinking bucket hats look good on someone. But I think we can all agree that some beliefs can be incredibly damaging to a person, or even humanity as a whole, like the anti-vaxxers or racists.
Yeah,
so I discovered a new trend, and I'm not sure if it's just kids being kids or a mentally damaging belief system, but I'm still going to talk about it and explain to my audience the importance of critical thinking and to notice the red flags and danger.
Whoa, the signs say magic's not real. Magic's not real. You can't spell away your feces. What?
Audience the importance of critical thinking and to notice the red flags and dangerous beliefs.
Okay.
So what am I talking about? I unfortunately fell down a rabbit hole and discovered a community of mostly kids on a phone application called TikTok doing something called reality shifting. This, by the way, is not a small community of like 20 people. There are amino groups with thousands of members, videos with hundreds of thousands of views, and they have their own acronyms.
Really?
Reality shifting stems from the belief in parallel universes, which I gotta be honest, I'm not completely sold on that idea to begin with.
Towel?
You say that Schrodinger's cat is both alive and dead, but cats have 9 lives. So are 4.5 cats dead? How is a cat half dead?
Okay,
Either way, someone supposedly very smart has said that every decision you've ever made has caused the universe to copy itself and create a new...
Yes, that is a rabbit hole, all right? What he's talking about in regards to the cat, there's, I don't know how to pronounce the name, so you're gonna have to look it up. But he says that in the box, if you have a cat in the box, that cat is both dead and alive at the same time. And the reality of your situation is when you lift up the box, that's when the cat is alive. And so it's a very, you have to look it up and understand it. But like he's saying, where we'll start a little bit back and then continue that. And this has made me fall down a rabbit hole where every choice you've made, like let's say you're driving and you made a left turn, right? You're going to the gas station, and there's like a bunch of ways to get to this gas station, but you made a left turn down the street to go down. In an alternate reality, you made a right turn to go down the street, and then there's those series of decisions. So there's like an infinite amount of realities where you have made the opposite or a different decision from what you have just currently made. So you clicked on this video in another reality, you did not click on this video. You clicked on some other video. That's crazy.
New reality where you made the different decision. I had cereal for breakfast this morning, but somewhere there's a reality where I ate my hamster for breakfast. Does that mean I create a new universe every time I scratch my butt? And somewhere there's a James with better manners? So times that by 8 billion people making decisions every day. Plus the decisions made by like dogs and jellyfish, right? Those count, I think. And we get roughly infinity total reality. If you've seen Endgame, you know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
The reality shifting community says that since there are infinite realities, then there's a reality where GameStop stock is incredibly low, or that COVID didn't happen. Or perhaps there's even a reality out there where Hogwarts is real, and the messenger owl just dropped off your acceptance letter.
I wish I had
one. Through the right
one.
meditation, you can transfer your consciousness from your current reality, your CR for short, to your Hogwarts desired reality.
Okay, hold the phone. So, has anyone seen the show OA? Because that is precisely what this is. OA is a show that's on Netflix that a lot of things don't make sense. OA is a great show of taking you on a journey, give you a lot of questions, and then not really answering those questions. But the journey can be enjoyable, right? And they have 2 seasons, and I think they got canceled, I believe, or they have a 3rd season. I don't know, but it's been a while since you've seen a new season. But long story short, they have figured out that if they meditate and do this meditative transformative dance, that they could transfer their consciousness into an alternate reality where they are a different person. So it's something that they did through various means and different things. The only thing they didn't talk about is what happens to your current one, right? Like, here I am. You guys see me now. If I do the meditation transformative dance and I transfer my body to another or they call them movements. If I do the movements and I transfer this consciousness into another Christine in another reality, what happens to the one you currently see right now? Does it shift the rest of them over because I went in one, now that one is here now? Or does all of them just shift over so you get some next one now because I'm in one and that one moved to a different one and that one? So there's so many questions that this brings me.
Your DR. And for some gosh darn reason, Hogwarts is the #1 shiftable destination location. But obviously, it's not just Hogwarts. Any fictional universe is fair game. You could go to the Hunger Games or Lord of the Rings. I'm not sure why, though. A lot of bad things happen there. And since all logic is thrown out the window, cartoon and anime realities are shiftable destinations. Because if Schrodinger's cat taught us anything, it's that there are some universes that are just 24 drawings a second. So because there are allegedly infinite realities, people will write down what they want their desired reality to be.
The coolest Power Ranger.
It's called a script. It's funny, you know? Normally, scripts are made to tell fictional stories, but these people think that what they write down will be 100% real. And you can make a script of whatever you want. You can say, I want to shift to Hogwarts and be in a relationship with Draco Malfoy. I mean, not me. This is just an example. Now listen, you're a smart kid, okay? Hopefully, I don't have to explain to you
this is where they lose me.
That's not how life works.
Right.
If you believe you can hop into different realities, then that's great, and I see no problem with it. Is what I would say in a different reality, but in this reality, I have a lot of questions.
Okay.
If you can shift.
Hold on. So with that, I would have to say, like, if you can, it is possible for someone to persuade me that we could, enter a different reality, a different version of ourselves, where we made different decisions and there are infinite realities. Okay. You can argue and present enough theories to make me be like, that's possible, right? However, as much as a Harry Potter fan that I am, I just would not expect for myself. I'm looking for more stuff because I know I have stuff. I have other stickers somewhere, but I don't know where they are. But y'all know that I have a lot of stuff. Anyways, I would not expect that I could shift my current reality over to be in Hogwarts because it's a fictional thing. It's one thing to say a different reality, right? But not to shift my current consciousness into a fictional state or fictional world, because then that's not reality shifting. That's just dreaming. That's just hoping to be a character in something that someone else created. Unless they argue, which, I mean, again, this is not what I would believe, but I wonder if their belief is that these stories are realities that other people have visited No, I hope that's not the case, because some of these people tell them, hey, I was at a coffee shop and I came up with this story. That doesn't mean they shifted reality. So I wonder what these people believe. Where's my mouse?
Your consciousness into a different version of you. What happens to the alternate reality you's consciousness?
Thank you.
You're just taking
That's exactly
over
what I
someone
said.
else's body.
Yep.
This other you had a life and a family, unless you're going to a YA fantasy novel, and you just took over their whole body. What if there's a you in an alternate reality that's like, I want to live in a reality where there's a pandemic and I'm sadder? And then they shifted here. What happens to your consciousness?
Right.
You don't trade. The reality shifting community says that when you shift, you leave behind a clone of yourself.
Wait, so then...
Obviously. So
what?
when you shift,
No.
there's someone's consciousness unaccounted for.
Yeah,
what about the realities
that's true.
where one of you had waffles for breakfast and the other had pancakes? Both of these yous are pretty much the exact same. So then both of you will want to reality shift to the exact same Harry Potter reality. Do you have to share a body with the other yous that have shifted to the same reality? Are you telling me that Voldemort and any fictional villain is real? How come half of us didn't get turned to dust when Thanos snapped? If anyone can reality shift, are you telling me there's a chance that Voldemort could download TikTok and reality shift here? If you go to Hogwarts, you're leading Voldemort right to us.
Yes,
how can there be a reality where magic is real? Sure, I don't know how parallel universes work. But they're parallel, so the laws of physics should still be the same, right?
They should never.
James,
Yeah, true.
I know that reality shifting makes no sense and is impossible, but then why do so many people claim to have shifted? Because they're dreaming. Shifting happens when you fall asleep, and if you fill your subconscious with things from your desired reality, would you be surprised that you had a dream about Hogwarts? Something about this trend doesn't sit
live
right
dangerously
with me.
eating pod cereal. Not good. But yeah, that's exactly what I was saying. Like that's just dreaming. When it becomes like a physical or fictional situation, that's just dreaming. And it's very easy to have your dreams influenced by things you do in the day. I have had dreams where as I remember the dream and I'm talking about it, I'm like, oh, this is because of this conversation I had earlier. This part is because of something I drove by earlier. This part is because of something that I saw earlier. Dreams is just your subconscious. Your brain is resting and it's working through a lot of the things. It's processing through the day. So if you are really hardcore thinking about Hogwarts, there's a high percentage of a chance that you'll dream about Hogwarts. Just like if you watch a scary movie and then go to bed, right? For those of us who get scared by scary movies, if I watch a scary movie and then go to bed, I will have a range of high anxiety dreams where it'll be either a scary dream that I have, a nightmare, or just like a thriller type of situation where I'm just trying to escape something. Not like a monster or whatever, but I'm just like running because somebody's chasing me. I'll have like dreams full of anxiety because that is what I had when I was watching the scary movie. So it's just dreaming. That's just what it is. Just dreaming.
TikToks were done by kids, and kids, as you know, can get really obsessed in the fandom and do some cringy stuff. If these kids were making fan fiction and writing themselves on a date with Bakugo, that would be totally fine, healthy even. Heck, even if these kids flat out said, I love Harry Potter so much that I want to manipulate my dreams to be about him, that would be fine too. But something about actually believing that you're astral projecting into a fictional universe,
booty cheeks.
I don't know, that level of obsession just feels unhealthy, my guy. And also, back off Bakugo, he's mine. The problem with reality shifting and actually conspiracy theories as a whole is that they pretend to be based on factual evidence when they're entirely a pseudoscience.
Yeah.
You start off with a scientific idea, multiple realities, and then you make up whatever you want and use what the scientists have said about multiple realities as proof. Even though no scientist has said anything about being able to move your consciousness outside of your body, or that you leave a clone of yourself behind when you reality shift, or that cartoon universes exist. I've seen people in videos say that they've done research on reality shifting, but I feel confident in saying you didn't get a degree in quantum physics. I want you to cite your sources and show me the studies, because research isn't just believing what other people said on TikTok. These TikToks get impressionable kids to believe in reality shifting in pretty manipulative ways, saying that if you didn't shift, it's because you didn't believe hard enough. When you get these doubts and say, oh, I can't shift.
Hold on. Acknowledge your doubts and let it happen. Find the root of your doubts. Where did they come from? Why are they doubtful? If it's because of the fact that you can't shift yet, well, what if you did? When you get these doubts and say, oh, I can't shift, I don't even know if it's real anymore at this point, try to ask yourself after, but what if it's real? What if I can shift? You want to find out, do you? This is like, depending on how impressionable a person is when it comes to things like this, it can be dangerous. It can be very dangerous, especially when you have people who are really trying to escape their situation. That's when it meets a very dangerous point. And this kind of, and we're gonna get a little deeper here, this kind of mirrors toxic Christianity. Now, hold for a second, okay? What I mean by toxic Christianity, it's where some people, when they're in the church, right, and something bad happens to them, there's the belief that's pressed upon them or pushed to them that it's because of something that they did, right? Where, let's say their family member got into a car accident, and then they hold this guilt, like, oh, because I didn't say a prayer yesterday before we left, that's why this person's in a car accident. And that is just the tip of the iceberg, baby, on where some of those thoughts can be so toxic, where it spirals a person into such a very unhealthy relationship with religion, church, and God that gets warped by this mindset of that this ish happened because you didn't believe enough, not because there was a causality, right? The person got into a car accident because maybe the road was wet, or maybe the person that hit them wasn't paying attention, or maybe like a tree fell down and they missed it, or maybe they were texting on their phone, or maybe they were distracted. There are so many real life in the moment situations that could have happened, but I've been in situations, and this is a personalized thing that not just something I'm just throwing out there, it's something that I've grown up with, unfortunately. And a lot of people in church and they have this mindset where, oh, this bad thing that happened to you is because you didn't pray enough the day before, type of thing, or you didn't sing praise enough the day before, or when you went to church, or you missed church on Sunday and your family member gets into a car accident, when those two things have nothing to do with each other. The mindset that I try to adopt now, which is something I still have to reprogram myself, is that if that were to happen, if I believe that, oh, because I didn't pray today, God is going to have my family member do an accident, that is a horrible way to think of God, a horrible way to think of God. And this thing right here, talking about, but what, like the fact that you didn't believe enough is the reason that it didn't happen, that's causing more guilt on somebody. And when you have kids that have that programmed into their mind, it can be dangerous when they are trying to escape real life bad things that are happening, and then they take that guilt upon themselves because they feel like now it's their fault that they're going through the situation. Not healthy. Not healthy.
I don't even know if it's real anymore at this point. Try and ask yourself after, but what if it's real? What if I can shift? You want to find out, do you? I get it. Harry Potter is a cool world. That's why they made a whole theme park about it. Who wouldn't want to drop out of a Muggle public school and live in a castle with a bunch of soft British boys? And also magic or whatever. But you need to be mindful about where you're getting your information. I've watched hours of flat earthers and anti-vaxxers talk about their beliefs, and these people get their information from non-credible sources, and they end up pushing more fake information online, and it creates this echo chamber that warps their worldview.
The more you know, the more... the vaccine thing I'll talk about more at the end
kids
of
watching
this
these
episode.
TikToks or going on Amino and essentially get lied to and think this is how the world works.
Yikes.
I'm hoping that all of these people will look back at themselves in 10 years and go, yeesh, I can't believe I was so obsessed about a thing. I literally tried to astral project myself across the multiverse. Right, Bakugo? I know that this reality can suck sometimes, and right now it's looking
This makes
pretty
you think
bad.
of something
But
else.
like it or not, this is the one reality we get. A lot of things may be out of your control, but according to theoretical physics, we make a lot of choices, and all our choices lead us down different paths. So what you need to do is not give up on this reality for a little fictitious one, but instead to make choices that will make this current reality your desired reality. Thank you all for coming to my TED Talk. Who wouldn't want to drop out of
Okay, I hear that he's messing up a little bit there. But no, I like the ending. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Now, in this situation, right, where the vaccine thing, I'd like to touch on that because I know the vaccine is out and it's available in regards to COVID, right? And there's so many different ways that you can access it. That stuff is stuff that you can Google, right? Anti-vaxxers versus... I think the COVID thing is a different situation. And I can only speak to historical instances in regards to Black people, right? Because for us, you have the Tuskegee syphilis study, where a lot of, I'm trying not to be too triggered, right? Where people were lied to, right? They were lied to, bamboozled, and then tested and experimented on and given diseases. It wasn't a situation of, hey, let's actually try to find a vaccine. It was people toying with us. So ever since then, we have been very hesitant to just accept new vaccines as they come out. Right? And it's not the only time that the government has done things to Black people. So with that being said, I will make your decision on whether you're going to take the vaccine or you're not. Do not, in regards to this COVID vaccine, because I mean, I vaccinated my daughter for a lot of the other stuff like Hep C and Hep B and Hep A, whichever ones you give to your children. I didn't do the flu vaccine, and that's just because at the time I was going to do it, they didn't have it. And now COVID's here. So I'm like, I'll just hold off for a little bit. So I gave her like her regular baby vaccines, but the COVID vaccine, I'm going to wait to see how it affects people. I do want that you make your decision that works best for you, right? And do your research and, make your decision. That's fine. I don't judge anybody who is curious about this vaccine, about COVID's vaccine. Where I disagree with anti-vaxxers is when it comes to like kid vaccines and the lengths of it, because some people don't believe in even giving their kids cough medicine when it comes to, and that's in the anti-vaxxers. And I've read a bunch of articles about mothers who were pressured by anti-vaxxers because they agreed with, hey, let me not give my kids these vaccines. And then they were like, my kid's kind of sick. Should I give them cough medicine? And the anti-vaxxers are like, no, don't do it. And then the kids end up having pneumonia and dying, or some other type of sickness and dying. But the symptoms could have been thwarted if they'd at least done simple cough medicine. So that's where I disagree with. I'll give my daughter some cough medicine if she does get sick. I did do some of those baby vaccines that they recommend when they're a kid. COVID vaccine is a different ball game, and I'm in the plate of I'm going to wait and see how people are affected and how all the kinks are worked out, because this is the first iteration of it, right? And I say first iteration for like this year. We'll see how it changes and how it adapts and how it grows and how all these people are affected. But that's where I stand in anti-vaccine. But this whole thing, like I said, the reality shifting, you're dreaming if it's a fictitious land that you're trying to go to. And I like how he tied it up at the end in regards to saying, you know what? If you are a subscriber to the belief of multiple realities, right, where every decision you make has a different decision or an opposite decision made in a different reality, focus on the one you live in, right? Because it's unless they create a device where you can jump from reality to reality, you're gonna waste a lot of time and miss out on a lot of things if you're focused on, hey, I'm gonna meditate so I can leave my body and go to a different reality. Because let's say you left for a little bit, right? Or left for a few hours. You're back here now, right? You went there, you didn't stay there, because I see you now, you here now. So if you're here now, focus on where you're at. Focus on if you hate where you're at, focus on how to make it better. What can you do? Maybe moving, maybe making different decisions and making different choices. Find a way to improve your situation. Focus on that versus focusing extremely hard on going to another reality. And hey, I get it. I 100% get it. I did not have a good childhood, so I get it. Wanting to leave and having a different life, I understand that. But there's only so much that you can control. So take those moments and try to find happy moments where you are versus trying to go to a different reality. But let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. I am very curious. Do you guys believe in this? If you do, explain your side. Was any light shedded for you? Did you not know about this at all? And you're like, what is going on? Let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. If you like the video, check out the link in the description box below to support TheOdd1sOut. If you like this video, hug the life out of that like button. I love you guys as always. And until next time, buddies, toodles.